As the situation in Ukraine intensifies, get ready for more volatility, rising interest rates, inflation, and higher prices at the gas pump. There's no denying that the situation in Ukraine has many people nervous. The big question is, will Putin stop there? There should be no misunderstanding about Russia's motives. Putin is concerned with nothing less than revisionist politics and great power fantasies. Not only is there a tragic loss of human life, but the economic impacts could be far-reaching and devastating to the global economy. Oil flies past $110 a barrel in a grim omen for inflation. Oil prices spiked on Thursday with investors rushing into resources on supply concerns, in a bad sign for already high global price pressures. Higher oil means higher prices throughout the supply chain, and not just at the gas pump, but on all products that we buy across the board. The Ukraine conflict is likely to aggravate the supply chain, as this article points out. Ukrainian invasion adds to chaos for global supply chains. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has rattled global supply chains that are still in disarray, adding to surging costs, prolonged deliveries, and other challenges for companies trying to move goods around the world. If oil prices surging and further supply chain disruption isn't bad enough, I want you to remember that empty wallet feeling as we go to the supermarket and prices keep increasing week after week. According to this article, you can expect it to get worse. Russia's attack on Ukraine is expected to drive up food prices at U.S. grocery stores, adding to the sharpest rise in inflation for Americans since the 1980s. Why will this increase food costs? Ukraine and Russia typically account for 29% of global wheat exports and 75% of sunflower oil exports. The cost of fertilizer, which is already elevated, is expected to increase because of the rising cost of natural gas, as Russia is one of the world's leading producers of natural gas. So food costs are going up. Why is Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell uncertain as he gets ready to raise interest rates? Fed Chair Powell notes highly uncertain Ukraine impact, but says rate hikes are still coming. If we look at the past 2 years and how Chairman Powell handled inflation, you might see a pattern of him missing clear signs. We need more stimulus, and inflation is not a worry. Powell was pushing for more stimulus, ignoring inflation. He got his wish in March. Biden signs $1.9 trillion relief bill. What was Powell's position month after month after that? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Temporary, transitory, temporary, temporary, transitory, temporary, transitory, frustrating. And Powell keeps on saying this as inflation moves higher and higher. But what could be even more startling is that aside from being apparently blind to the inflation problem, is that by raising interest rates now, Chairman Powell could further aggravate the situation. Fed eyes up to 3 interest rate hikes in 2022 to address high inflation. Powell might be uncertain, but if you're studying the economy, you probably share my opinion that we'll certainly see higher energy costs, supply chain problems, increased food costs, and inflation becoming further aggravated as companies struggle with cash flow and the higher cost of debt while the Fed raises interest rates. What is uncertain is how much volatility will be impacting our lives. To learn more about options during these uncertain times, schedule a free web conference with our economic team.
Hey guys, Joe Montana here with my man Devlin Steele. He and his team at Augusta Precious Metals are constantly putting out new information to keep you ahead of the game. Click subscribe now and hit the notification bell to stay up to date. You'll be glad you did.